something, or like reacting heavily because they had the water in their mouth. Oh. Oh, they both have soot in their eye. That's so sad. Well, maybe they can go get someone, you know? Oh, no. So she did that on purpose? Oh, exactly. See? She doesn't want to hurt them. Yeah, exactly. Damn, come on, Sean. You can't be like that. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, well, that's good. Well, that's good. At least now John can, like, feel a little better. I mean, it was Emilico's idea, right? I mean, we can just use the power to run. Oh, man, he's still yelling, though. Yeah, where are they? Like, where is this? See, I don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? Yeah, this is getting me. I'm a little stressed. Not gonna lie, I'm a little stressed for them right now. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, well, that worked, kind of. Oh, okay, so they're different. Oh, yeah, because John, I guess he's fighting against his own soot. Damn. But at least now she's admitting soot, so hopefully they'll find her. Well, they need Emilico and John, or Sean to help, so. What? What? Wait, what? Like, it makes perfect sense. I mean, they should try to get the research team's attention. Is because of the Starbearers. Yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe it'll punch them all into the water. Oh, well, this is sweet. Like, I guess I just thought that things were gonna be a bit more fast-paced, and this is very, like, Lost in the Woods, you know? See, I wish that they thought of going to get the research team, because doesn't Oliver say he sleeps, like, in the barn, you know? I wonder, like, is the bread pointing in the direction that they're supposed to go, like, or something? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. This episode does seem like a little slow. But now it's happening. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so they're gonna use the water from the fountain, right? As long as they can outrun them, they should be okay. Okay, so now he just has to blast them into the water, right? Oh, okay, no, by punching the water. That's even better. Okay, good job, John. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, no. Damn, that's fucked up, man. I can't believe it. They already knew that they'd be here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Damn, that's fucked up, man. But she's kind of smart for it, though. Like a little bit, at least. Oh, no. Damn. Oh, no. Wait, but what if Emilico and Sean got help? You know? Like, they went to the house to bring them to the fountain? Oh, no. But I still don't want anything bad to happen to me. What the fuck? Wait. What? What? Was that John not real? Wait, what? Wait, what? 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 Oh, no! It was just... That's so smart, though! Oh, my God! That's so funny! That was really good! That was such a smart idea! Oh! Damn. But now what are you gonna do with them? Like, you know what I mean? I still don't want Rosemary or Maryrose to die. So they have to decide, like, I know that they had to subdue them in order to figure out, like, you know, in order to get her to stop trying to, like, chase them and stuff. But, oh, well, that's good. I like that. That was a nice little twisty twist of it all. But now what are they gonna do? Oh, well, that's good. Look at them. But, like, okay, but what about Maryrose and Rosemary, guys, please? Oh. Oh, that's sweet. Damn, yeah. Good. Oh, look at episode. Like, it feels a little weird. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Like, it feels a little, like, disjointed, or, like, the pacing was really slow. You know? Because, like, what are they gonna do now? Like, that's what I want to know. What are we gonna do now? It's definitely not. That makes me want to gag, like, the idea of wet bread. Oh, no! But what happened to Rosemary's allies, like Barbara and stuff, you know? Oh. Damn, she's kind of like gonna sacrifice herself for them? Oh no! But that's not what we want! Come on, there must be a way to get them out of the house, like another way to get them out of the house. Yeah! No, I'll pity you, sis. Please. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, I know, I understand. But still. Yeah, I guess. But, like, you were gonna die, though. What choice did you have? Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Can't, you know, you guys use the power of friendship to help them run away? Damn. Fuck, man! That's where we're leaving it? No! But, like, I get it! That's what I thought was going to happen! But no! Okay. Why? Why did they have to do it like this? Okay. Okay. Like, I understand, but, like, I wish that they had spent more time on that instead of, like, walking through the woods part, you know? All right, everybody, let us get into the discussion now. And if you enjoy this video, remember to check out the Patreon to support me, support the editors, and then also see the full-length reactions, the watch-along subtitled reaction to all of the Shadows House episodes, including this one, basically the full-length, not the reaction highlights that I just showed you guys. And so if you want all of those things, you can go check out the Patreon for that. But let's talk about this episode, because as you guys may have noticed, I don't really have any screenshots. Like, I feel like that there wasn't a lot of, like, screenshotable things in this episode. I guess, like, there were, but, like, not to the extent that we really, really need that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there were some little things, like, I like the detail of, like, the redness on Emilico and Sean's, like, eyes, because they had the soot in their eyes, but, like, otherwise, with these episodes, I usually just like to sit down and talk with you guys, because it's, okay, it's not that a lot didn't happen, but I do feel like that the pacing was a little bit, like, slow with everything. It just didn't necessarily live up to what I had imagined this episode to be, and, like, in a way, I guess that's my fault, but I guess, like, I don't know, here's the best way I'll explain it, is that I feel like I was sitting here watching them explain a lot of stuff versus do a lot of stuff. Like, my favorite part of the episode was, like, the ending, when the swap happened, and the swap was revealed, and, like, John actually punched the palm. Like, that was a great ending. Right? And then Maryrose, like, capturing them, and I was like, oh my god, did they actually get captured? Like, shit, right? Like, I thought that that was really good. Like, I liked the tension at the ending, but I think that what this episode suffers from, and I don't know if the manga is like this too, so maybe you guys will tell me, but Cal, they're just following the manga, but I'm like, like, maybe in the manga it was more digestible, I guess, like, compared to, like, watching an episode of it, because I just feel like what I would have liked more was more time with them, like, fighting Maryrose and Rosemary, and, like, having that, like, conflict of ideologies a bit longer, because at the end of the episode, like, I totally understand why Maryrose, you know, sort of succumbs. I don't want to say succumbs, but, like, she submits. She's like, yeah, okay, like, you're gonna turn me in, like, you know, and she seems to be at peace with it, but I feel like that it's a bit too easy. I don't know, it just feels like very, like, yep, like, you got me, you know, and so I just feel like it's a little too resolved. Like, I would have liked them to argue more, especially, like, I would have just liked them to get chased in the woods a bit more, and, like, a bit longer, and have, like, more stuff going on with that. And I don't know when the switcheroo would have happened, because they would have had to break off, like, eventually from her, but I just would have liked to see more build-up in, like, the finality, I guess, of, like, Maryrose's decision of, okay, like, you got us, we're not gonna fight back anymore, you know what I mean? Because I understand why she does it, but I feel like that it was a very, like, sudden change, and I would have liked to see her go through the motions. Like, you know, when they're caught, they don't even, like, scream or anything, they're just sitting there in silence, and I guess, like, different characters react differently, but I I would have liked at least a fuck, they caught us, you know what I mean? Like, them to be actually upset about it and her be like, you know, I'm so sorry, Rosemary. Like, I can't believe that it ended like this. And for Rosemary to tell her, like, that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? For them to have, like, a conversation. But, like, when they're caught, they just sit there being caught as, like, Emilico and, you know, and them are just talking about, like, oh, how did you know where to find us? Like, or whatever. Like, oh, that was a great plan. Sean, like, Kate says that to Sean, and actually it was Emilico's idea. Like, there was a lot of talking, like, them talking, and I'm like, I don't need to see you talking. I want to know what she's thinking, right? Like, I still like all the moments in this episode. Like, I like the humor in it. I like the scene with Kate and John especially, right? Like, I thought that all those things were good. I just feel like that they focused a lot, I guess, on the fort, which makes sense. Again, it makes sense. I don't know. Can something make sense, but you still not like it, right? Like, it makes sense for them to focus on the fort, because the whole point of this episode is that their friendship is what saves the day. So it makes sense there's going to be a lot of moments with the four, and that's sort of like, actually, it was Emilico's idea. Like, you know, she thought that you were going to catch a cold if you stayed in her wet clothes. Like, all those moments are cute, but I feel like they're just sort of detracting from, like, Maryrose is the focal point of this situation, or at least I wish that she was. Maybe she's not, and that's just, like, my fault for thinking that she was, right? So, I don't know. I guess it's just that this episode had a lot more explaining than doing, right? Like, oh, well, we have 3 options, we can't do this option, oh, like, where would they go? Where should we go? Like, there was a lot of that sort of thing, and even though I was on the edge, it was, like, because we hadn't seen Maryrose in a while, it was sort of like, oh, the scorches are what's putting me on edge, I guess. But, like, I would have liked to see, like, her pressure them a little bit more. You know? And, like, I guess in addition to that, like, the other thing is that I feel like that her acceptance of the situation was a bit too fast. And I do agree, again, like, I agree with why, and I like her, like, ideology, I guess, like, how her, I don't know if I would call that ideology. I like how her mind changes, because she sees that Kate is everything that she could not be, right? Like, you found allies, you actually have a chance at freeing everyone, like I wanted to, but never could do, right? Like, you are better suited for this role of, like, the leader of the rebellion, and so I will sacrifice myself for you so you gain favor with the Starbearers, and then that way, like, you can continue to do what I could not do. Like, I like all of that, and that's what I thought was kind of gonna happen. That's also what I thought happened with Christopher, so I think that, like, if they incorporate that, like, the reason why Maryrose is so chill is because this is exactly what happened to Christopher, like, how Christopher passed the torch to her, she passes it on to Kate, right? And I think that that's actually very interesting. Again, I just feel like it was just sort of, like, quick. Like, there was a large chunk of this episode where I kind of felt like, oh, like, you know, I'm on the edge of my seat, I'm curious about what happens, but not a lot is actually happening. And then at the end, a lot was happening, but then they cut away, sort of, like, from Maryrose and Rosemary and kind of focused, like, on, like, the four, congratulating, like, patting themselves on the back for their, like, their own plan. And I wish that they had used more of that time, you know, to get, I guess, like, get Maryrose to, like, the stages of grief. You know, like, I would have liked to see, like, her be angry at Kate, and then, like, you know, what are the other ones? Like, acceptance, well, acceptance is the last one. What I mean is, like, the anger, bargaining, like, all that stuff before we get to acceptance. Like, she didn't do any of that. She was just like, okay, you got me, right? And so I feel like that even though I like her mindset, I wish that they had gone through the other steps with her mindset. I mean, they also said that they're, like, emotionally, like, desensitized. Like, they do mention that, like, but they shouldn't be desensitized by their own deaths. I guess I would have liked, again, that, like, oh, like, I'm so sorry that I failed you, Rosemary, and, like, Rosemary telling her it's okay. Like, more dialogue that focused on, like, them two and then being, like, sad, right? That their plan failed. And then eventually coming around to the fact that Kate is different and Kate, I think, will succeed, right? And so that being said, that's basically all I have to say about, like, this episode. Like, it's just those two things. It's that I feel like that the first chunk had a lot of, like, things were not going on. Things were being explained, but they weren't going on until, like, the very end. The end is when things started to go on, right? And I still think that there are charming moments in that, but, like, in terms of, like, me, like, watching it, I was like, oh, I feel like that, like, there's nothing going on that I can react to. Like, I felt, a bit like that, I guess. And I guess that's just the unique position of being a reactor versus like watching the episode and just like watching it, you know what I mean? But I was just like, it doesn't feel like a lot is going on compared to previous episodes, at least for me to comment on and like talk about. I was very much like, oh, like, okay, like as they were explaining the plan, like, I don't know. And so I think that like some of the explanations were necessary, but maybe instead of like having a flashback to like Emilico and Sean putting the water in their mouth, they could have just like, like we could have seen them spit on the scorch or whatever. We could have actually seen it happen and like, put those things together ourselves with like, oh, it's a good thing that like Kate and John told us to put the water in our mouths, like, because this, now the scorches are gone. Woohoo. Like when they're first like in the hall and everything before they leave, we could have had like one line about it. Do we need like the whole like little, like it was small, but it, like there was a flashback there. But yeah, so that's why I don't have any screenshots too, because I'm like, I don't know if we really have to go through all of these things. But I will say that I think that what's interesting about this episode too is like Emilico's conflict, and she says this a couple times, like, she says that like Rosemary and Maryrose are actually very nice, right? They used a scorch that would only get them like light soot sickness. Like there's the acknowledgement that they don't actually want to hurt them, right? And that happens kind of toward the end as well, when Emilico was like, but we want to save everybody that's been brainwashed. Does that not include her? So I think here's what's going to happen, and I think that this makes the most sense, and they'll probably focus on this more next episode, and that's probably why I'll like next episode better. In theory, if this is actually like kind of the vibe, right? I think that basically what they're going to do is like, we are going to turn you into the Starbearers, but somehow we are going to guarantee that you are turned into the Starbearers and have to be delivered to the adults wing, right? Because I don't know, like, here's what I think, right? The Starbearers wanted to keep things quiet from Edward and the adults. It sounded like if there was somebody that was rebelling, they were gonna just deal with it themselves. The problem is, Rosemary has received an invitation, which Barbara clearly knows because Barbara gave it to her. So I'm assuming that what's gonna happen is like, but we can't, punish her because Edward's gonna come and be like, where is she? You know what I mean? Like, where is she? Right? Like, I invited her, I'm coming to get her, where is she? And they're gonna have to be like, well, so they're either gonna have to tell Edward, right, that she did the bads, and then Edward's gonna be like, but why didn't y'all tell me, right? Like, why didn't y'all tell me that someone was doing the bads in here, right? That somebody was rebelling. Edward's gonna be like, but you guys kept this from me for like a week, right? So ultimately, in that hypothetical, I think the Starbearers would be in trouble for that. So the Starbearers are probably either gonna do one or two things. I'm assuming that what they're gonna do is absolutely nothing. I think they're just gonna let it go, honestly. Like, I think that they're just gonna let it go, or somehow, like, they're going to, like, negotiate with Barbara to let her through to the adults wing. You know what I mean? To let Edward deal with it. Like, pressure Barbara into telling Edward, or say nothing. Those are their two options. Really, you know what I mean? Like, either the Starbearers tell Edward, right, about Maryrose ahead of time, or they don't and just let Maryrose go with Edward. Like, those are the choices. I don't see another option, because they can't deal with Maryrose now. Like, they can't. You know what I mean? Because if they deal with her, Edward's gonna come a-knocking, wondering where she is, and if it's like, oh yeah, like, we punished her, she's in, like, the soot, I don't know, whatever, the soot cleaning room, like, where the bells are, like, I don't know if there's other ways to, like, dispose of shadows or anything the Starbearers have access to, other than, like, the soot cleaning room, but, like, they can't just dispose of her, because Edward's gonna wonder where she went, right? So I feel like that this is going to be brought up next episode, like that Maryrose and Rosemary are going to be turned in by Kate, but Kate's not just going to let them get turned in and die. They're at least going to make sure that Rosemary and Maryrose have a plan, right, to get through the adults wing and at least try to escape. Will it go like 100% correctly? I don't think so. I honestly think I should not be saying this looking so happy. I honestly think that she is going to die, like 100%. I don't know, I won't say 100. Like 95%, I'm pretty sure that these two are gonna die, right? I don't think that this is going to end well. But I think that the point will be like, okay, Kate is going to get the accolades from turning us in, but we're not just gonna leave it there. Like, we're actually going to construct a plan that if you happen to be taken through the adults wing, right, like, here's what you should do. Like, try to escape. And I think that that's kind of where, like, things are going to start going, because they can't again, dispose of Maryrose. Like, the Starbearers can't, at least without telling Edward about it, because Edward is gonna come looking for her, and I think that the problem is I think the Starbearers will know that. As soon as they know it's Maryrose, Barbara's gonna be like, well, fuck, we wanted to keep this from Edward, but Edward's gonna come get her, so we either not keep this from Edward anymore, and we tell him, and then he knows that we hid stuff from him for an entire week, or however long it's been, we've hid stuff from him, that's still not good, right? In pursuit of trying to, like, make sure our own reputations are clean, or we just say nothing. Like, they acknowledge that Kate helped, you know, like, and, like, that Kate didn't do it, and they just have to let Maryrose go, and they're just like, ah. Like, they just die a little inside that they know that Maryrose is, like, a rebel person, like, a rebel person. A rebeller is what I was gonna say, that she knows that she, like, rebelled and, like, did things, but they can't tell anyone, because they care more about themselves, whether or not they get in trouble. I think that that would actually kind of be interesting, but I think that that sort of thing is what we're gonna see, like, going forward into next episode. That, like, Rosemary and Maryrose, like, they aren't done yet, they're being turned in, but again, Edward said that he wanted, like, to interrogate them, right? And that would require, I'm assuming, going through the adult wing. So I'm assuming somehow Kate, and John and Emilico and Sean will at least help them and give them the tools to be able to make a plan to escape. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I'm just saying that they're gonna try, right? They're not just gonna, like, not try to save them. They're gonna turn them in and try to save them at the exact same time. That's what I think anyway. And so I think that that's basically all I have for this week, to be honest. I don't think I have anything else. I think that, like, you know, it was good to see Maryrose, like, acknowledging the fact that she did a bunch of things in pursuit of, like, her own selfishness. That at first she did kind of want to save everyone. She wanted allies in order to reveal the truth about Shadow's house, but then when her invitation came, she was sort of focused on herself, and in pursuit of that, she selfishly sacrificed, or I guess used, you know, some of the human dolls, which she knew were human, as sort of, like, just pawns, you know, to buy herself more time. I like all of that acknowledgement. I still think, you know, it all happened a little too quickly, but I like her entire thought process. And I think that it makes a lot of sense why she feels that way. But I think despite, like, her being like, don't pity us, Emilico, you know, we got what we deserved sort of thing, I don't think that that's the end of it. I think that we are going to see them construct some sort of plan to still get them out anyway. And I think that even though, like, Kate is still gonna get the recognition for it, but it won't be as heartless as, like, well, we got the recognition, we're good. Like, they are gonna try to help them, at least I think. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. Thank you for attending Calxiyn's Royal Court today. Again, I know it was short, but it's just, like, the nature of, like, what this episode had to discuss and everything. But I hope that you enjoyed that regardless. Remember to check out the Patreon and all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!